Teams were in knockout action again this weekend as the second qualifying round of the FA Vase was played, with clubs competing for a place in the first round proper of the competition. West Allotment Celtic breezed into the first round of the FA Vase with a dominant win over Blythe Town. The visitors got on the board early through a stunning long-range Thompson volley. Barely 2 minutes passed before the lead was doubled, the through ball being cleverly dummied for Hayton to steer the ball around the keeper and stroke it home. It would take until close to half-time for Celtic to add their third, Larmoth finishing off a fluid move with a simple finish into the bottom corner. Larmoth notched his second shortly after, with a low driven shot from the edge of the box. When Blythe pulled a goal back early in the second half with a deflected Brannan strike, some of the more optimistic of the home fans may have begun to believe that an Istanbul-esque comeback was on the cards, though this was soon proven to not be the case, as 2 minutes later, Hayton brilliantly turned his defender in the box and curled the ball into the far corner for 5-1. Another tap-in completed Larmoth's hat-trick before Walker headed home the 7th and put the icing on the cake with an audacious long-range effort after the keeper had come off his line. With still more than 20 minutes to play, West Allotment could have scored more, but took their foot off the gas, cruising into the first round of the Vase with an 8-1 win. A late flurry of goals lifted Racing Club Warwick past Chelmsley Town in a game that was far closer than the scoreline suggests. Sam Pitts-Eckersall opened the scoring on 12 minutes, taking the through ball on after a superb dummy and slotting it into the bottom corner. The game was deep into the second half before we had our next goal, James Henry's clever close-range header drawing Chelmsley level. A tense finish looked to be on the cards, and only a few minutes later, Warwick were back in front, a deflected clearance bouncing into the path of Hanibal Sallami to convert with a cool left-footed finish. In the 89th minute, hopes of another Chelmsley comeback were snuffed out, Romario and Martin giving Warwick a 2-goal advantage with a smart turner finish into the far corner. Martin found the net again to complete the scoring in stoppage time, putting some gloss on a final score that perhaps doesn't show how long the game was in the balance. Lichfield City made light work of visiting Atoxeter Town to progress to the first round of the FA Vase. Luke Childs opened the scoring for Lichfield, pouncing on the loose ball after Reg Smith's strike had forced a fine save from the keeper. Smith soon found himself on the scoresheet, slotting home after excellent work from Dan Lomas.
And that's now bad ball, it's Reg Smith, yes, it's 2 now.
Max Dixon made it 3 in the second half with a nice finish after pouncing on the loose back pass, and then completed the route with his second of the day, a left-footed finish which the keeper will feel as though he could have done better with.
Dixon in on goal. Oh, has he gone in, lads? It's a brace.
Heath Hayes and Highgate traded the lead in a 5-goal thriller. Visiting Highgate went in front as Booth reacted quickest on the rebound, tapping in after the initial shot had hit the post. It didn't take long for the host to draw level, the winger beating the offside trap and lofting the ball over the keeper for the equaliser. Soon they were in front, as a long ball into the box caused confusion among the Highgate backline, the number 9 smashing the ball home from close range. The away side would get back on level terms in the second half, Brown rising highest to head the free kick into the bottom corner. Booth scored his second of the day late on to seal the win, staying on side to get clean through on goal, staying composed to slot the ball home and seal Highgate's passage into the next round. Late drama was the story as Staveley minus Welfare hosted Barton Town, with a penalty shootout needed to separate the two sides. Harrison Coley must have thought he'd won the match for Barton when he slotted the ball home in the 85th minute, only for Staveley to equalise with virtually the last kick of the game, forcing the tighter penalties. Barton keeper Mike Emery was the hero, saving Staveley's first kick of the shootout, with Tom Wardby scoring the winner to ensure that Barton escaped with a win. A second half onslaught saw Newcastle Benfield lay waste to Albion Sports to progress to the first round of the FA Vase. Albion had taken the lead in the first half as Newcastle's keeper parried a long-range shot into the path of a striker, with the visitors equalising from a corner, Albion defenders having a strong case that their keeper had been impeded by Mark Turnbull. The half-time 1-1 scoreline told the story of a game evenly matched, but the second half was to be anything but. Benfield took the lead through another set-piece early in the second half, this time the header coming from Paul Bryson, who soon had his second from the spot, sending the keeper the wrong way after an Albion defender was adjudged to have handled the ball. Albion were reduced to 10 men before Archie Leonard made it 4, Cameron Gascoigne scored the 5th, and Jake Turnbull the 6th. Aidan Haley finished off a slick move to lash home the 7th, with Jake Thompson compounding the host misery with a near post finish from the corner. A disastrous second half for Albion, while Newcastle Benfield put themselves in the hat for the next round of the FA Vase. Stansted and West Essex played out an exciting cup tie that featured a comeback and a penalty shootout in an afternoon of high drama. West Essex took the lead in the first quarter of an hour, a flowing move finished off by Moyo Ajibade from close range. The forward turned provider as West Essex doubled their lead just a few minutes later, his cross being headed into the path of Samraj Gill, whose left-footed strike was mishandled by the keeper before dribbling into the back of the net. The home side responded in the second half, pulling a goal back on the hour mark as substitute Connor Hammond's shot had just too much power to be kept out by the West Essex keeper. Hammond was on hand again for the equaliser, stabbing the ball home from close range after the flick-on from the long throw into the box. 2-2 the score would remain, meaning a penalty shootout would be needed to decide who moves on. The shootout was not of the highest quality, with the first 2 kicks going over the bar and the third being saved, but ultimately the home side prevailed, the final kick crashing off the crossbar to send Stansted through.